Hey everybody, so I'm back for part two. Part one was a little disturbed with the dog, so I'm back to do the second part. And we're talking about just easy grounding techniques for any time during your day. It doesn't take very long. For optimal reasons, you try to go outside and do this. You don't have to, but you can. I prefer to go outside so that I can be, sitting actually on the ground and feeling the energies from the Earth's frequency and the solar and cosmic energies coming in. So in the first video, I talked about just taking a moment and going out and just sitting and just be quiet and quiet your mind and breathe and feel the Mother Earth under you, and put your hands in the grass, take your shoes off, just be there. And so now we're going to go a little bit more visualization to release our lower vibrations back to source for healing. So we will do our our typical getting comfortable, finding our spot, getting comfortable, and just take in some deep breaths through your nose, through your mouth, and in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just kind of clear your head, kind of get calm, be in the moment, be present, notice your breath, then take a few breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just be quiet for a moment. And then once you're there, once you're kind of clear-headed and you're a little bit more balanced and you're calm, you're actually going to visualize a root from your root chakra. And so one thing that the very first time I ever did this, I actually visualized a piece of selenite. So what we're going to do is visualize a root coming out of our tailbone, basically, into the ground, down through the dirt, the rocks, into the earth, and then it's going to clamp onto a quartz crystal inside the middle of the earth. So we're going to visualize that, and it doesn't have to be a piece of selenite. It's your root. You can have whatever kind of root you want. You can have wood, you can have metal, you can have golden light, you can have white light. It can be anything. It can be any other kind of gemstone, anything you'd like. Rose quartz, clear quartz, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's your root. Make it yours. Make it personal. And just kind of visualize that in your head. And so you're going to visualize this root coming out of your tailbone into the earth. And in my case, it is a piece of selenite. So once we get, quiet and got our breathing down and we're calm, we're going to release our root. We're going to release that root into the earth. So take a moment to do that. Your personal root. Down into the earth, through the dirt, through the rocks, busting its way through there, just going straight down to the center. And once you get through all of that, you're going to attach. This root is going to attach to a quartz crystal. And we will sit there in that for a moment, in those energies. And then once we're good and secure and calm and we're securely attached with our root, we're going to visualize all of the things that do not serve us, all that does not serve you. You're going to visualize that leaving your body through your root that you just planted into the earth. So what I do for me personally, like I said, this is your grounding. You can have it anything you want, but mine are tiny grains of sand, kind of like an hourglass. You can have anything. It can be pebbles, stone, pieces of dirt. I had one person visualize blackbirds. I mean, it can be anything. It's your grounding, so make it personal. Make it yours. And so what you'll do is you'll just kind of visualize all of that. So in my case, the tiny grains of sand are going to start from my head and they're going to move down my body. At the bottom for my feet, they're going to go up through my feet, up my legs, to my hips. So everything is kind of going down and up, and meeting. So your little tiny grains of sand, or whatever it is, will meet basically at your root that you just planted, at your tailbone, at your root chakra, okay? So we're going to visualize all of that leaving our body, all that does not serve you, all of the lower vibrations that are not serving your life in a positive way at the moment. It's all going to meet right there at your root. And then you're actually going to flush these things out into, back to source for healing. So you'll flush all of that down through your root chakra, through your root that you just planted, into the earth, back to source for healing. And you actually visualize that. Just to have all of that leave, your space, your body, your mind, your energy body. But always, 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 always bless and release. You always acknowledge it for one thing. And then you bless with the divine source light, with God's light. You bless it. And you release it back to source for healing. You don't just push it away or ignore it or not acknowledge it. Because if you just don't acknowledge it and you stuff it, then it grows. And it always comes back around. So if you bless it with the white light, with divine light, send it back to source, flush it into the ground, back to Mother Earth, back to divine light for healing. When it comes back around, you'll have a better perspective of it. And you'll have a better way of handling it, a better outlook on it for you to be able to transmute that or deal with that lower vibration or that person or that situation in a better way. And you're not just ignoring it. Because ignoring things and stuffing those emotions, they just grow. And then they don't, they really don't serve you at that point. Because number one, you don't deal with your own emotions about it. You're not giving it to source to bless and to heal. And then it's just going to come back in a bigger form. So always acknowledge it and bless and release it. By the time it comes back around to you, you'll have a better perspective to handle the situation or whatever it is, So always, always, always do that. Don't push it away. I hear people talk about attachments or negative energies, and that's all in how you look at it, really, and all in how you handle that, and it really is just all your perspective of it. Okay, if you approach that situation, or if you feel like it's a negative energy or entity, if you are approaching it in a negative way and you're giving it that energy, it's going to grow with that energy. So change your perspective of it. And by doing that, it's not going to feed on that negativity. So just, same thing, bless and release it. It's only going to attach itself to you if you allow it. It's all in what you allow. And all in how you see things, and all your perspective of things, right? So, take 5 minutes, if that's all you have, or you think you have, and just go and connect with nature, with Mother Earth, with divine light, with their divine creator, and let those energies flow freely through you, and be sure to release yourself of all that does not serve you, but be sure to bless it with the divine light for healing. Release it, and then you'll feel much better, and you can just sit in that beautiful energy for however long you want, and just soak all of that up. You'll feel much better, and a better way to handle certain things that may come your way.